Welcome to the Business of Software Conference. You make it amazing and you make it a pleasure and a privilege. Let's help each other make great software and build great businesses. That's what this conference is about.
Hi, I'm Violet Littlewood and I'm here at Business of Software in Boston. Why did you come to BoS this year?
Because it is pretty much my church. It is my community, and this is where I meet my peers, and we learn together, and we all get better by being here, not just as entrepreneurs, but also as people.
I came here because I'd heard a lot about Business of Software, and I'd also seen a lot of the videos, and they're just really incredible, inspirational. Many people have been here multiple years, and they're super, super excited about it, and I understand it, you feel it.
What are you most looking forward to?
The speakers. I find them really motivating, and they're just incredibly smart and interesting, and it's a lot of fun.
The speakers here are swaggical. Swag and radical. They're swaggical times a million, billion, trillion. Oh my God, they're so good.
People come up and they say, you know, I'm not really cut out for sales. I once did a Myers-Briggs and it told me that I was genetically predisposed never to be able to talk to anybody living. And it's really not about what you are, it's about the flex that you have or the flex that you can bring to your role.
It scares me beyond belief. Every time I stand up and I look up and I realise how smart and driven the people in this room are, I have a little wobble when I stand up. And then you get going and this audience really gets involved in everything you do. I relax and I have a ball, and I would do it again and again and again if I ever got a chance.
The bar is really high for people who are competing on we're the best, no, we're the best, no, we're the most awesome, but not a lot of competition for making the user more awesome or badass. So competing on your own awesomeness is fragile.
You will have skeptics that are skeptical every single time, and that's okay for them to be skeptical every single. They're the ones that are going to say no the fastest, and they're very deliberate, analytical, and very articulate often. And that's okay to be skeptical every single time, as long as somewhere in the back of your mind you're like, the reason I'm doing this is because I have hope that we will fix these things. That's why I take the time, whatever. Those are the people you actually want.
The successful innovative team is self-sufficient. Everything that team needs to do can be done by the competencies on that team. Equally as important, the team is empowered to make their own decisions. So not only can they do what they need to do, but they can do it without consequence. They're empowered to make decisions, to launch product, and to learn from that.
What are you most looking forward to in BoS?
The lightning talks. You're given 15 slides in this case. The slides are automatically progressed, and you only have a certain amount of time per slide, 30 seconds in this case. So you have 7.5 minutes to make a good point.
Our capacity to remember is so small, so it's our job to limit the number of options put in front of your users.
Now, there's not a lot we can do to change the impression people have of us, but we can change the way we treat other people. I'm not advocating positive discrimination, but being aware of why you might think less of someone is a step in the right direction.
How did it feel when you were actually in the moment, in the zone, during your lightning talk?
Well, that was amazing. That was actually really fun, and people laughed at the bits that were plausibly funny. So that went quite well.
Should we jump? You know, is it right that you can take like your passion, your creative interest, the thing that you really enjoy doing, and try and turn that into a business? I keep flipping and flopping between the two. I don't know.
It was terrifying. It's a big audience, and you're slightly nervous. Didn't know quite what Mark was going to say just before he let me on the stage. So that's incredibly difficult.
I can watch things online. I can watch TED Talks. I can read blog posts. I can read books, etc. But there's nothing like actually being here and interacting with everyone over breakfast and lunch and dinner and during the breaks and in the evening. That really, for me, is what makes actually coming here to this place and being in the same place as all these people, that's what makes it worthwhile for me.
There have been a load of really good talks, so it's difficult to say that one was best, but I really had a personal affinity with the guy Greg, who talked about depression and how it's dealt with in the workplace. I felt that that was a really touching talk.
A lot of us have spent all of our life being praised for how well our brain works. We've built identities on that. We've built careers on that. And considering that our brain might possibly be malfunctioning, well, that could possibly chip away at the identity, at our own identity and our self-worth. And if there are some of you up there who are feeling quite bleak right now, you've been trying to change and things have not been getting better, just know 10 years ago, I was lying in bed and I was praying that God wouldn't wake me up. And today, I'm standing on stage at the Business and Software Conference. Last night I picked up my name tag, we went to the reception. My name tag here, it says, talk to me about I have bipolar and ADHD. And what I do as soon as I got my name tag, I turn it around and put it like this. And I was talking up here in front of a whole bunch of people, that's fine. But things get better. We need to start talking about it more.
I want to comment on this conference and one of the big takeaways I come away from. First of all, the energy in this conference is a lot different than any other energy I've seen in any other conference. You know, the age distribution, you know, it tends to be about average for what I see, but the energy is much higher. And I think Greg's talk about depression, ADHD, bipolar, mental disease, or mental disorders of one sort or another, just re-emphasizes the point that we're all in this together.
So, what do you bring to Business and Software? What do you feel you bring?
What do I bring? Gosh, I think the thing that I bring, if I bring anything, is an ability to give people permission to have fun and talk to other people.
You have to get permission to have fun.
You will find that as adults get older and older, they get more and more boring. And sometimes you've just got to find ways of getting them to bring the inner child in themselves out. That's why it's quite nice
And have you ever done
having
that?
you there. Me, I'm a complete kid, Violet, you know that.
What's the first word that pops up in your head when you think of Business and Software?
Awesome.
On a scale of 7,326.75, what was your whole kind of BoS experience like?
I am off the scale happy with everything that I've seen in the last 2 days. 7,000 plus, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, 10,247.28.
Are we gonna edit that out? No. Hi, what's your name?
Yes. What?
Hi, Peldy.
Start over.
Peldy, what's your name?